Hi and welcome to another Married to Reselling video. My name is Simon and together with my wife Faye we resell mainly on eBay and Amazon. I've got some updates for you, and also coming up later is the return of sales from the barn. But first I want to talk about the couple of issues that have surfaced over the weekend: the GSP issue and the Royal Mail 48 tracked label issue. First off, on the GSP issue, I've been going back and forth with eBay for Business on Facebook. They've been quite helpful, dealing with Connor there, who always seems to manage to get to the bottom of things. So I was pleased to see his name pop up. And reading the comments in the video that we did, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. If you didn't watch that video and you use GSP, basically on a lot of your listings, there are loads and loads of countries missing from the posts to list. It seems like it's an issue that's affecting quite a few people. I also messaged most of the people whose screenshots I put up in that video. So I'll put up the full list. This is what it should look like, unless you have any exclusions. So we exclude Germany. And this is the list that a lot of our listings and a lot of your listings will be showing. So there's some real key ones missing. And in yesterday's video, I just said it was countries that began with A and B that were missing, but actually there's loads. There's France is missing. Now USA is missing. I thought that might be to do with the listings that I was looking at missing the country of origin information, but even for listings that have country of origin, USA is not an option. I don't believe this has anything to do with the tariffs, this particular issue, because there's so many countries affected. And I thought it was to do with business policies. So I thought if one business policy had these countries missing, then all of them would, but that's not the case. The full list of countries that are missing are Antigua and Barbuda, Aruba, Australia, Austria, Bahamas, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belgium, Belize, Bermuda, Bolivia, Brazil, Brunei, Bulgaria, Canada, Cayman Islands, Chile, China, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Egypt, Estonia, Finland, France, Peru, Spain, Switzerland, Thailand, UAE, US and Vietnam. So there's some big markets there that all of our listings are not showing to. And as I said to Connor, collectively we are all missing out on a lot of sales. One person that I messaged yesterday on Instagram to say, hey, check your listings because this is what I found on your account, replied and said, oh no, it's all good. But I actually then I just went straight to their most expensive item, and sure enough, that listing was affected. So if you've checked a couple, maybe check a few more. I'd maybe check your cheapest, your most expensive, you know, do a bit of a filter, your oldest, your newest, and have a look if those countries are missing. Connor told me that he'd had a similar conversation with someone else this morning and was gathering information. But as I said, I thought I'd kind of cracked the rhyme and reason behind it, but I haven't. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason. I've got some in the same business policies that have it and some that don't. I thought it was all listings after around the 5th or 6th of June. I thought that for quite a while. But I've found some that do include all of these countries, so it's not that. So I don't know what it is. eBay are now looking into it. Now over to the Royal Mail 48 tracked label issue. If you didn't see that video, if you're not aware, tracked labels that you buy from the Royal Mail website or from eBay or Vinted are not getting currently accepted at post offices. We got a load of comments there, lots and lots of people who got turned away or sort of refused to hand their parcels over on Saturday. A few people said that they were okay, but I wonder if they went to sorting offices, because sorting offices will accept them, so if you're looking for an alternative. But I've spoken to our local post office today. I'm going to pop the conversation in just so you can hear. So this person that works at the post office is reading out the communication that they received from post office, or Royal Mail, from the post office, I think. Yeah, from the post office. This came through to post office branches on Sunday, the 3rd of August. It's now Monday, the 4th of August.
We are aware of an issue when scanning the QR code for marketplace seller items with the prefix YA. Horizon is accepting these items and printing a label but not a certificate of posting. Royal Mail are aware and have asked that these items are still accepted. We are working on a fix and would like to apologise for any inconvenience this has caused you and your customers.
Cool. So when I bring them in,
Yeah.
they don't scan, no? You just...
They do scan, but it comes up with a message and then it won't actually give you a receipt.
Yeah,
but if you
right.
want the receipts done, like certificates of posting, I can tell you and than what I've been doing.
Yeah, okay. I'm sort of so on the fence about whether to just do 24s
Yeah.
instead, because 24s aren't experiencing it, are they? It's just the
Oh,
48.
okay, no, it's just 48.
Yeah, okay.
Or only with the prefix YA, it doesn't specify.
Yeah.
24 or 48, but in my experience this morning, it's all been 48.
Yeah, it's only 48 with YA. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it's just...
what I've done as well is told all my customers to take a photo of their parcel with a label on it.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Good
So
idea.
you could do that before you come in, take pictures of them all.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just in the case that anything gets lost, that's when
Yeah.
the confusion, that's
That's
when the
it,
problem
and
will
that's
start.
when it causes a massive headache.
Yeah, and also I'm thinking that the system's going to be so bottlenecked by this from the
Yeah,
weekend.
it will.
that
It will, you're right.
It's going to cause a knock-on effect.
If we get any other messages, I'll get them to let you know later. But as far as I know, that was the latest message was on the 3rd of August.
3rd of August.
Oh, hang on, that says marketplace items.
Yeah.
That's interesting, it was yesterday.
Yeah, I think it started Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same message, yeah. It's the one I've just read you. Yeah.
What about buying them over? What about buying labels over the counter, which I'd never do? Cause
well, you're going to pay our price, aren't you, then?
Yeah, but you can still produce labels if you need to. They're working
we
fine.
can.
Yeah.
I have been.
Yeah.
But customers are coming in with all sorts, and I'm scanning them, and it's saying the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, fun and games.
All right, Simon.
Well, I will see you later at my usual 5:20.
Well, I won't be here, but I will be.
All right, cool.
I'll leave a message for him.
All right, super. Thanks. See you later.
All right, Simon.
Bye.
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 I'm a little bit on the fence about what I'm going to do myself. I think I'm probably just going to use track 24. My concern is that even if I do hand over these parcels, as the lady that you have just heard said that she's doing, the issue will be when something goes missing, and I am worried about the knock-on effect that this would have had over the weekend in terms of that tracked 48-hour service. I'm not sure I completely trust that everything's going to run smoothly, so I'm probably going to use 24 RM24, which is not affected. Anyway, so that's the updates on those. Thanks for all your comments on those videos. Now let's check out some sales from the barn.
Right, let's do vintage first, shall we?
Yeah.
Crate 12. Vintage cockerel wine glass, 3 of them.
Oh, they're very thin, aren't they?
They are. They cost 17p and they've been listed on Vinted for about 3 days and they sold for £8 plus post. And then we've got crate 28.
Yeah.
It's the storage jar pot with lid with the world map on it. Brown. Yep. That cost 57p and sold for £7 plus post in 16 months.
Is that on Vinted?
Yeah.
Has it been on Vinted for a long time?
No, it's been on Vinted about 3 days. Okay, now for eBay. Home. There's a few in home. We have moved the lawnmower today. Okay, it's the Ozark Trail Travel Cup, 880ml pink.
Yeah, just sent a counter on this.
Yeah, that costs £1.33 and that has taken 9 months to sell for £7.50.
They offered 6, which is even less worth it than £7.50. There we go.
Then home, reclaimed period diamond faceted cut glass style doorknobs. Yep, they cost £1 and they sold for £14.44 within a week. Then on the table we have the New Testament Yiddish by Dr. Henry Einsbruck, and that cost 10p and has sold within 3 months for £16.99. Crate 8. Vintage J&G Meakin Poppy dinner plates. Yeah, that cost 44p and sold within 3 months for £10.62. Then on the table we have this DreamWorks Spirit Untamed Lucky's Train Home playset. That cost 3p, sold within 3 months for £11.15. Home.
Yeah.
You can see it. Vintage lemon squeezer plastic. Yep, that cost 3p and sold for £10.79 within 2 months.
You can sell anything on eBay, can't you?
All vintage.
Or vintage.
Art 102.
I think I over consolidated.
Did.
It's a bit tight now.
It's like a charity shop when they wedge all the clothes on the rail and you can't like flick between them.
Everything's coming out.
Doesn't help that the plastic sticks to each other. Oh, there we go. That's it. That is a vintage art print of Greek island. It cost 64p. Sold within 8 months for £12. Then we have this very teeny tiny little embroidery in a frame. That cost 50p It's tiny. It's 2.5 inches by 3 inches. So much interest in this. Cost 50p, sold within a month for £14.99. Then we have this vintage glass table lamp, oil lamp style. That cost £1, sold within a month for £34.99. Let's have some cheers all around, please, because we've got some old stuff going out, which includes this vintage oriental ginger jar with lid. That cost £3 a year ago and sold for £9.99 plus post on Vinted. Then we've got these vintage style by Mikasa cheese plates, 6 of them. They cost £1.15 and they sold within 15 months for £9.99. Woohoo. And then we've got these new true vintage Noritake Belmead coupe soup bowls, 4 of them. They cost £1.66 and they have taken, wow, 22 months to sell for £7.
So we're showing you in our sales from the barn videos what to buy, what to look out for, and also what not to look out for. But we get this stuff in auction lots.
Yeah, these
Probably
were part
not
of bundles.
Probably
No,
not that. We'd have bought that, but
yeah, these were part of like big job lots.
yeah, so it's fine. It's all good. Yeah, the Mikasa stuff. We've still got a little bit left, but that's the stuff that came in that big tea crate, isn't it? That big wooden tea crate,
bizarre.
which I've still got kicking around out the back of the barn. And we sold loads of bits and pieces out of that already, and these must have just been kind of fodder.
Yes, they were. There's 2 pictures here by Anne Tavaletti. They're called, well, they're from her Under the Sea range. One's a crab, one's an octopus. They cost £1 each from a jumble sale, and they sold for £16 on Vinted within a week. Then we've got this really lovely vintage wall mirror with a bow on the top.
It's not broken, it's plastic wrap.
Yeah. Oh, don't jinx it.
Oh, don't drop it.
No, that cost £3. That was from a car boot sale, and that sold for £32.99 within about 10 days. Then there's this vintage Wedgwood Edme small vase beaker cup thing. That cost 70p and that sold within about 9 months for £9.99, and that's going GSP to Ireland. And then this Quetcher glasses retainer strap. Last year I won a competition on Capital Radio and I won a £200 voucher for decathlon. I also won an Olympic Games, Olympic Games Team GB hoodie. I won a smart speaker and I won a Fitbit.
Yeah.
And I was really lucky. And we went to Decathlon recently and spent our voucher and got loads of stuff for camping and like garden games and all that sort of stuff. And I just threw this in at the end because when I cut the grass, my sunglasses slip off and it's really annoying. So I thought, oh, I'll put a strap thing on so they stay on, and didn't realise it was a large, way too big because my brain is not a large. So yeah, I just listed it at $4.49. Free postage, and it's sold within a couple of weeks, so that's really good.
Okay, so there we go. Let me know the latest. I haven't done the post yet for Monday. I as I said earlier, I'm probably going to do 24, but I don't know. I don't really know what to advise. Just do whatever I guess works for you the best. Obviously 24 is more expensive, so it's going to cost us to do that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. We will see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of